right. Go. Stop. Project at hand today is this electric bike. So I bought this GoTrax electric bike with a seat. A lot of them are scooters that stand up. This one has a seat and a little basket for traveling. So we used it on the motorhome, put it in the motorhome, and use it while we're traveling around. That took us a while to get sorted. How long do you think that's going to last on there? North America, and it's been good. It's been great for about 2 years, but now all of a sudden the wheel, she's locked up, and if I put the turn it on here, she's fully charged. I get nothing. So hit the thing and just nothing happens. Nothing happens back there. It kind of makes a bit of a motion like that, and that's all it does. So let's try to figure out what's wrong with this thing. Do some testing. Talk to the manufacturer. See what we need. Could be either that hub back there. It could be the battery controller there. It could be this handle controller. Or, I mean, it could just be the brake that's stuck on. Check the brake first here. Make sure this is not stuck on or something. Seems like it goes on and off. I can roll it and then I put the brake on and the brake works. So there it is. There's the brake on. There's the brake off. So I don't think it's the brake. All right, let's see what else it could be. Try to figure this out. So I received the newest long corded handle after receiving 2 short corded handles erroneously, and I charged it all up, and we see we have full power, and it's still doing the same thing. So what it does is this. See? It's just locked. As I turn the controller, the bike just... So it's probably the rear hub more than the controller. So I have everything out right now. Everything's plugged in properly. All the wires are plugged in. Battery's charged. Got full charge. Got the light on. If I want the light on, the light comes on. But we have no movement in the rear hub. And as I said before, I had already unhooked these, so it's not the brake that's locked up. It does turn if I turn it by hand. No problem there. Has to do with that rear hub. How much is a rear hub? Okay, we're back on the scooter. Poor scooter, been laying on its side for a while now. And they thought it was the handle controller, but I replaced that and it wasn't. And now they've sent me a new control box. So just got to hook up about 20 leads and whatnot, and then wind it all up and try to stick it back in there. So we got the control box to swap out. Here's the other one. Kind of looks not even as new as the one that's in there, but maybe it's a good used. Looks like it's been glued before already. And then there's battery here. It's all charged up. I've been testing it, and here's the new handle they gave me. They actually have sent me 3 of these, believe it or not. I think I mentioned that. 2 with short wires, and this one with the super long wire that needs to be snaked all the way up back through the handlebar, which was a real pain. And yeah, just there it is, full bars, charged up. Not sure if you can see that on the camera. Just doesn't do anything. Not sure if you can even see that little bit of movement on camera. It just kind of locks up. So let's see, swap this out and see if that's the issue first. So try to orient it in the same way. I think they're all different. Imagine this stuff all staying together like it should when you start prying them apart. Okay, so here's a white. Oh, that's right, it goes this way. 1 pin. Okay, did one. It's definitely been used. It's got black tape on it. Oh my god. Tape on it already. The main hub there. Alright, one more time, let's check it. is it gonna run? Oh, appears to be. Finally, yes, we have motion. Very nice. Look out, dog, you get hit in the nose. Okay, so I've got to undo this one though and snake it down the handlebar. So mine was nothing wrong with mine, but I had to undo it, take it apart. Now I got to put this one back in there. Wasn't easy. They should troubleshoot from this end, not from that end. Feed. Got to go through this little hole with all these other wires, and then you got to get it down to out and out this hole on the other side with all these wires. Now I can either try to fish it in on my own and see if I can push it like that, or put like a coat hanger or something. Ties. Yes, sir. Zip ties it is. Imagine if something went wrong, you had to fish it out again. This will alleviate that. All right, and a nice clean look. All right, let's tuck all these wires underneath there, and then we'll wrap these ones up on top. I don't know if you can hear all the bees and the flies buzzing around me here. Summertime on the acreage. You watch the wheel and I'll flip the switch here. Oh, still working. Oh, tried to take off on me too. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got that done. That's the old one. Throw that in the pile of parts. Now we have a skid plate on here. Some safety warnings. Gotta get in the right hole. Life lessons. Always wear shoes and ASTM F1492 approved helmet and protective safety gear, including wrist guards, knee pads, and elbow pads. This product is only for ages 13 and up, weighing at least 60 pounds, 30 kilograms, and no more than 264 pounds. Oh, made for Americans. 120 kilograms. This product can only hold one user at a time. Never ride this product at night or near motor vehicles, even though it has lights front and back. Do not ride on slopes, uneven terrain, or wet conditions. Electrocution may occur. Do not ride without proper training. Do not attempt tricks and stunts. Avoid abrupt accelerations or hard turns. Adult supervision is required with this product when children are present. And never operate the product after the consumption of alcohol or drugs, prescribed or otherwise. Well, that puts me out. All right, last thing was tie these guys up. I might need heavier duty zappers than this. Looks like a lot of extra wire here for some reason. Look at this. What's going on here? We'll start here. Now we do have this beautiful vintage telephone cord stuff. Let's try to get that stuff on there. Those look pretty good though. It's a great application, the telephone cord. Go around this front wheel part. Alright, last thing is these little grommets. Go around these wires and try to stick them in there. Not going to work with this little Lap strap right there. Let me relocate that one. Very clean install. Remind us old people of the days when we had telephones on the desk and on the wall and long cords that looked like this. Alright, handlebar has a little Allen key there, set screw. Okay. See, it's working. That's the only change I made. Instead of running this wire on the inside, trying to stuff it through that pipe, I just ran it on the outside with a couple zap straps and then back to where it should be. Alright, the GoTrax back in action. $600 machine. Cheapest one you can buy, I think. Sit down, it's kind of a scooter. Can't stand up on it. I mean, I guess you could. It wouldn't be easy because the seat's kind of in the way. End up leaning over the handlebars too far. But you could. Let's we'll try it outside. I'll show you. Put some oil in the tires. I got my roof mounted Chamberlain. It's got a light on and off, plug in the back, gauge. Right now it's 110 psi in there. Little compressor up there, and light. Retractable. Really good quality too. How many psi does it want? 14 by 2.125, 54-254. Oh, here's something here. Wait a minute. Inflate to 240 to 310 kilopascals. 35 to 45 psi. There it is. 32. 38. Right on the button. Check the front. Very low. 42. Alright, we're good. As my dad always used to do. Put a little spin on your finger on the valve stem. Make sure it's not leaking. No bubbles. Good to go. Not sure what happens when you leave your spit in there for a long time, but he always did. Whoa! She moves.